Namaste, it's the Spiritual Daywalker, hashtag Schrodinger's cards, with your tarot card reading for the next full moon phase from 14th of June until 29th of June. This one is in Sagittarius, a strawberry full moon in Sagittarius. So Virgo is going to give you a good push towards like what you truly desire, right? Because you learned to tell people what you need, now you're actually going for it. There you go. Let me clean that space for you. That being said, it is a general reading. So if the message doesn't resonate for you, feel free to drop it. If it does resonate for you, then drop a comment. I don't do love readings if love comes up in a reading that is on you, because life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I don't want you to project anything in your reality which is not supposed to be there, right? Just because I said so. This is not the intention of this. The intention of this is that you are aware of the energy you are moving out of, moving through, and moving into. And it seems like this fire energy, after you learning how to tell people what you actually need to function, that the little boxes you have to categorize, they're important for your being, right? They are important for you to work properly, to function properly, and if they're not respecting it, then they need to leave, or you need to leave and move on with this. And that's so cool, because with this inner strength and with this outer strength, you are able to use this full moon energy now to explore your reality in different ways, right? You have the strength to explore it, and owning your truth about how you want to explore it, and what things you need to be like in your strength to find your full potential. So let's get right into it. You're coming from an energy of the Empress. Like I said, that is you knowing your self-worth and realizing that you don't have to do anything. Yeah, you are attractive, you are attracting, right? That is you stepping in your power. That's the energy you're coming from. And the Empress, she is looking into that future right here. She is looking to the right, to the next card. The next card, being the energy you're in, is the Ace of Coins. There is the full potential of manifestation in your reality, of that stability and wealth and all of that. And the Empress knows she's worthy of that. That's why she's looking at that coin like, I got this. Definitely. So you're coming from a major arcana change in your self-worth, right? And realizing you are worth of that Ace of Coins, and there is that full potential that you're feeling into right now. Moving into Eight of Swords in reverse, that is very cool, because this is like dismantling the cage of mindsets that you build to guard yourself. Because the moment you're in Empress mode, you realize you don't need to guard yourself, right? You don't need all of these coping mechanisms, in a sense, all of these mindsets and arguments and whatever to guard yourself, to shield yourself from shit, because you are glowing from the inside. You are the light, right? And you're realizing that. The Ace of Coins, the feeling into that potential, makes you realize that you have to move into this Eight of Swords in reverse, meaning letting go of the mindsets that are no longer serving you, that have been shielding you, but are no longer, now that you want to push forward, they're holding you back, right? And you know you have to dismantle them. All of this is in favor of the Ten of Coins in reverse. So you struggling with trying to manifest that full completion of wealth and stability, right? So you're in the Ace of Coins mode right now, learning about why you're struggling with manifesting good shit into your life, right? But you're coming from that Empress. You actually know what it's about, feeling into your full potential with that Ace of Coins right now, realizing, oh shit, there's some Eight of Swords I need to deal with to really get this Ten of Coins going right here. So it's beautiful. It's showing you the way how you get what you want, and maybe even realize what you truly want. Because these Eight of Swords, they often also are things that you think you need to want, but you're actually just thinking it, you're not feeling it, right? And it's kind of in the way of your full potential. So imagine you always wanted to be a rock star, right? And then realizing there's so many ways of being a rock star. You don't have to be a musician at all, right? I'm kind of driving from my own experience right there, but it is about, like, the Eight of Swords is a mindset about how to go for things, right? But then the Empress knows it's never about the how to, it's about the why. What are you essentially trying to create with this? And then you realize, hey, maybe these Eight of Swords, they have just been things I thought I needed to do, but actually there are other ways of achieving this, which I essentially want to achieve. Because I never wanted to be a rock star, I wanted to be free and creative and individualistic and stuff like that, right? So it's always about the underneath, right? And not about the Eight of Swords. Maybe there is something that is still channeling that beautiful Empress energy with the full potential of the Ace of Coins into a very stubborn direction, hitting a wall like that. And you are in the process of addressing that and refining that. That is so beautiful. Let's see in the clarifications. The Empress is clarified by Magician in reverse, the Judgment, right? And the Six of Swords. Very interesting. Well, it's basically the Magician cannot work really until the Six of Swords is, well, the Six of Swords energy is present, like where you set your mind towards moving further, right? But setting your mind towards moving further will only get you so far if you don't have the right judgment about it, right? Judgment, well, in this case, it's an angel guiding you, right? It's an angel guiding you, but still, somehow the Magician is not working out exactly as planned. Well, maybe it is though, because it is clarifying the Empress, right? And the Empress, well, she knows what she wants, but she's not a chaser, right? And the Magician energy is very much a chaser. The Magician is, I want this, I am manifesting it, because I got the power. And the Empress is more like, I want this, it's going to come to me. It's going to come to me because I'm worth it, and because it's when it's time, when it's ready, when it is living up to my expectations, right? So you're coming out of that wanting energy of the Magician because you set your mind to to realize that there's even more with this Judgment card, like that there could be even more than you thought you wanted to manifest for yourself, right? The Judgment means there is that angel guiding you with a higher truth that is that has been fucking with you in the past, trying to manifest something you actually did not truly want, because there's something greater for you waiting on the horizon, right? You set your mind to moving forward, but somehow you manifest it not exactly the way you wanted it to, and that angel is always trying to make you see what is wrong with that energy, right? This is you getting into that Empress mode, then realizing, you know what, maybe I deserve even better, right? And then that full potential opens up. The moment you realize, maybe I deserve even better, maybe I was thinking too small. And that's when you see the full potential of the Ace of Coins, what you're in right now. Clarified by the Nine of Coins. That is like, that's beautiful. The Five of Swords in reverse is like, yeah, you're rearranging your mind about stuff. and that 9 of Wands. All right, so you got 2 9s right here. You're just on the verge of making shit happen. The only thing standing in your way is you having to change your mindset. So the Five of Swords in reverse leading up to the 8 of Swords in reverse, it's basically you getting all that junk mindset out of the way that you used to, that you wanted to utilize, but it's actually not working for you anymore because your entire base of operation has changed. You're in Empress attraction mode, right? So some mindsets you used to be in that magician mode, they don't apply anymore, right? And well, the 9 of Coins and the 9 of Wands working together, usually the 9 of Wands is it is connected to self-doubt, right? Interesting. Interestingly enough, that the 9 of Coins and the 9 of Wands are just like, you are so close to the finish line. So close to the finish line. The only thing standing in your way is like residue mind energy that is changing right now, right? And self-doubt could be something, but you coming from that Empress, so being in that Empress already fucks with the idea of self-doubt, right? So what you need more of is trusting that Empress energy, that you are deserving of this. So this 9 of Wands, it is, yeah, well, it's not so much self-doubt, more really just on the verge of completing that full circle of what you truly want, finding out what you truly want, right? Take everything you did up until this point was leading you towards where you are right now, and realize that full potential, so you can get from that 9 of Coins to that 10 of Coins right here and take it to another level, like fucking big time. That is so cool. 2 9s right here. That's like right now you having like a spiritual enema, right? 9 being a very fucking important number in the numerical system, and it's like realizing what you need to complete the set by some insight really coming from within you. You realize, ah shit, this 5 of Swords, I really have to take a look at my mindsets that are kind of, I'm standing in my own way because there's so much potential, and now I realize I'm just on the verge of doing this, right? And that's so cool. That is so cool. You realizing what you need to attack right here. 2 of Swords in reverse. Again, it is about these residue mindsets that keep you from fully stepping into that Empress. You are, but now realizing your potential, it is really like there's a paradigm shift going on inside you. And I believe you're fully aware of that. 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is feelings, communication, and community. And that's a cool thing. That's a really cool thing. It kind of means like you bouncing off your ideas, and then through the feedback realizing, and also through your feedback, right? So you bounce an idea off someone, they have an answer, and you have an emotional reaction to that answer. This is going to show you something about yourself. Yeah, about the other person, but it's not about that, right? You like use your emotions as a guide also, right? To realize what mindsets do feel good, what advice does feel good, how do you have to tweak it. Maybe you get some advice back that is coming from that old paradigm, and you realize, shit, that was what people have always been telling me, and I kind of believe that. Why did I believe that? It makes me feel shitty, right? Stuff like that. So 3 of Cups means sharing your emotions, right? With that much like sword energy, it is sharing your mindsets and your emotions about those mindsets with your community, then feeling into your emotions around those mindsets and see what mindset, like what beliefs you want to entertain and what you don't want to entertain, right? That's interesting. There's that Three of Wands in reverse. Three of Wands. Yeah. The Two of Swords in reverse with the Three of Wands in reverse is like you want to take it to the next level, but you are bouncing off the ideas to see what you want to take on with you to that next level. Three of Wands, like, also it seems like there are some people that give you answers that you don't feel anymore. You realize that it's okay to, like, you don't feel dumb anymore. You know, you're coming from an Empress mode. So if an information or an advice feels off to you, you're going to discard it. That is really cool. So the Three of Wands in reverse right here. It's like, yeah, if you don't feel it, if you're not passionate for it, you don't want to integrate it. Just don't fall back into the Nine of Wands self-doubt energy, right? If you don't feel it, it's not for you, and there's some way around it. Interesting. Let's see for the advice from the universe how to go about this, especially this future. Like, you're dismantling all things that you don't need anymore in terms of beliefs and structures, and you're using your feelings and your community to bounce that off. And then that Three of Wands in reverse, it is trying to take something to the next level even though you don't feel it. So be aware of that. Be aware that sometimes people you love and that love you have an advice that is not, well, that is meant for you to decide against, because they don't know. Like, advice is always off because it's always coming from an experience other than your own. You have to always make it your own, right? So be aware of having to entertain something that actually you're not feeling passionate for, because that takes you out of that Empress energy, and you're going to realize it's not going to work out the way you really want it. Right now you're totally feeling that potential, and it can be that some people are gonna, or some situations, let's say, it doesn't always have to be people, but maybe like societal feedback, information, whatever, that is trying to take you back into that Eight of Swords energy, into that shielding yourself. But remember that Empress, remember that feeling of that Empress. She knows that where her passion goes, it's going to bloom. She knows she's going to attract beautiful things into her life. And if that Three of Wands is not right side up and not feeling right, then it is not right. She knows. So the advice for, yeah, well, the advice card from the universe is the Four of Swords in reverse. Well, the Four of Swords is going through a rough time, right? Holding on to some belief systems, yeah. Also, Eight of Swords in reverse is in your near future, and then the advice is the Four of Swords in reverse, which is very, very freaking cool. The universe basically says, I meant what I said. I meant what I said when I told you there's some things you need to let go of, some mindsets you need to let go of. And since the Four of Swords is connected with providing stability through a rough time, in a sense, right? So, yeah, pulling through it. That basically means maybe you should lose the idea of having to pull through it, right? Maybe that is already a mindset that is holding you back from attracting, right? Because the Empress knows she's not pulling through shit, she's pulling shit towards her. And by shit, I mean good things, right? So, Four of Swords in reverse, it basically says, maybe the idea of having to work hard is already off. Maybe the idea of having to pull through is already off. Because karma is going to give you more things to pull through, stressing you out more, right? Maybe it is time to dismantle those fundamental beliefs around how work has to feel like and how far you can go, because that full potential is here right now and you can feel it. You can feel the full potential. So dream big and know that most of the time you're holding yourself back, and then if you get naysayers in your reality that are, you're like, but you have to be realistic about it. It's like, what the fuck is realistic? What the fuck is real anyway? You're the Empress, right? You're manifesting from an effortless place of knowing your worth. So you don't care about what is realistic. You are the divine insight of reality, right? It's like, fuck that Four of Swords, let it go. Fuck that Eight of Swords, let it go. Only use, for moving forward, only use what feels right to you, what gets you excited, right? And focus on that. Trust yourself that you deserve it all, that you are able to manifest it all, because you came to that conclusion in the past. Now there's like you're moving into an echo of the universe asking you, do you really believe that? And you are answering, fuck yeah. And if I realize that I don't, I will work on that belief for it to let me go, right? So why does work have to be hard? Why do I have to be exhausted after a day of work or whatever? I don't have to be, right? Why am I still chasing, right? I don't have to chase. I just have to put myself out there and good things will find me. Things like that. That is rearranging, or is going to be rearranging in your mind. And be aware when bouncing stuff off people. Like there's beautiful community out there for you to refine that your mind systems and whatever. Just be aware that any advice can only it's always coming from other people's experience. It's always adapted into yours, and remind yourself of that Empress energy you're coming from, because this is where you realize what mindsets you need and what you don't need, right? So the advice you get is all well intended, doesn't mean you have to take it on like that. It's a very, very beautiful process. You're learning why that 10 of coins didn't happen for you in the past and why it is still on the table. It is. You're learning how to do this just now. So beautiful. So beautiful. Virgo, if that resonated with you, pass me some feedback. I'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe and be one of the first to enter this community, which is gonna grow and grow over time. I'm making my own tarot deck. I'm very much in research about this. Building a brand here on Bali and all that stuff. So yeah, I'd love to have you on my journey. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your journey with me through your energy and trust me with that. And well, have fun with this energy. Share your ideas, stay in that Empress energy, bounce it off people, and know that only you are your guide. Only you and your systems, your emotional body, your desires, right? Your passion, the spark you feel, that is your guide towards what you want to entertain and what you don't want to entertain. Stay in that Empress energy and know that the angels are supporting you through this transition. You're learning how to manifest big time happiness into your reality. That is so beautiful. Yeah, just go for it, Virgo. This is going to be perfect, really. Thank you so much.